Guys, we are back for another reaction video. There's a lot of new stuff happening today. It is the Christmas holidays. I just had a very amazing turkey dinner, and I got to visit with my sister and the nieces, and it was very fun. And I had some chocolate, some Belgian chocolate truffles. They were amaze balls. Do people still say that? I don't think so. And we have much more we have much more new things happening. You may notice, I don't know if you noticed, but I am on Windows 11 now. I've been having problems with my Windows 10 computer. I'm probably going to make a video dedicated to switching from Windows 10 to Windows 11, so I'm not going to talk too much about it. But I spent the last several days transitioning over to Windows 11, and it's been fairly smooth. I've had a couple hiccups. I'll talk about that in my Windows 11 video. Anyway, so I had to install a whole bunch of stuff on this Windows 11 computer in order to make videos. And so this is the first reaction video on my Windows 11 computer. It's not the first video I've made. My previous video, the floating head video, that one was the first video I made. I made that a few days ago, but it wasn't really a reaction video. So this is the first reaction video. And there's even more new things. This wasn't originally going to be the first reaction video. I tried making one yesterday. I made part of one yesterday, but I ran into several problems. One of them being, I believe my USB audio interface, my mixer that I hook my microphone into. I also use it for recording drums and guitar and keyboards whenever I make music. But that thing, I feel like, is starting to die. I don't know if it's dying or if there's some sort of incompatibility with Windows 11 or something. Either way, it kept disconnecting, and I would have to unplug the USB cable and plug it back in. And so that's what was happening yesterday. Drive me crazy. And then I thought, oh, wait a minute. I bought that in 2012, so maybe it's just too old now. Like, that's 14 years. So I thought, okay. And also because it has 8 XLR inputs, and I literally only need one for my microphone. So I thought, okay, maybe I'll just get like a smaller one. And so last night I bought a Focusrite Scarlett, and it's got one XLR input. And it arrived today when I came back from eating supper. It was in the mailbox, and so I was like, oh, cool, so let's try it. I've been trying it for the last, I don't know how long, maybe 40 minutes or half an hour, 40 minutes. Seems like it's working. It hasn't cut out, so I guess it's not a Windows 11 thing, like I thought maybe it might be. So that's really good. One thing though, I'm not 100% on the levels, because I had to I had to turn the volume up and all that sort of stuff, and I hate doing that. I like to just set it and forget it, as they say on the infomercials. So when I started doing regular YouTube videos back in March 2023, I set my mixer up over there. It's on a chair, and I haven't touched the levels since. So I hate tweaking stuff. I just want to set it and forget it, like I said. So this is really bothering me because I don't know if this is going to sound right. I did make a test video before doing this, very quick test video. I thought it sounded fine. I thought the sound quality was good, but it's just the levels, because I also have a ducking compressor going on, where when I speak, it will turn the volume down on this music here. And so I don't know. I might have to tweak stuff later. Basically, I'm going to make this video and then I'll listen to it a bit after, and I'll see what I have to do. Anyway, all of that is completely irrelevant as to what this video is actually about. And what is it about? Oh, right. So we're on my Bandcamp page. Now, we already made a video about my most popular albums on Bandcamp, and it ended up being quite long because I've released a bunch of albums, and I sort of rambled on about each one that was in the top 10. We did a top 10 list according to my Bandcamp stats right here. And so now, one thing about the Bandcamp stats, let's move this over here, is you can have statistics for plays, also for sales, also for sources. And what we did, what did we do? We did sales. Yeah, we did sales because that includes downloads as well. And so we looked at what the most popular albums that I made were. However, now we're on to the plays category. This is going to be its own category because there are a lot of songs. I've uploaded a lot of songs to Bandcamp, and we can talk about those, and we can also listen to parts of them. We're not going to listen to every single song, and we're going to do a whole lot more than a top 10 because, I didn't realize this, but I checked this the other day, and just out of curiosity, look at how small the scroll bar is up here. Oh shit, by the way, there was one other issue with OBS. Okay, we have to go down to, I don't know if you can see this. I think you can see it. We have to go down to display capture, and it says, okay, there was some sort of issue. I made a test video, I guess it was yesterday, a test video. For some reason, in Windows 11, my cursor was being shown at a very small size. I have my cursor blown up because I'm an old man and I can't see shit, and so I need a giant ass cursor. Now, I feel like I did tweak some setting. I did some Googling like yesterday or day before, I don't remember. And I think I did that setting. I don't know if I did, but I should have looked at my test video. Anyway, it's too late now. The cursor does show up, but it's just a matter of if it's huge or not. So I'll be able to notice as soon as I look at this video after the fact. Anyway, I lost what I was going to say. I sort of lost my train of thought. Anyway, so, oh yeah, look at how small this scroll bar is. It is absolutely tiny. And so here we go. So by default, it shows the top 10. And then you can hit all, and it'll show every single song that's ever been listened to. And so that's what I did. And keep going down. See how many songs I have on Bandcamp. 1,256. There's probably even more, but some of them haven't even been listened to yet. So any song that has 0 plays does not appear on this list. So I was shocked by that amount, by the way, because I knew I had a lot of songs on Bandcamp. One of my albums literally has 490 songs, so it's not that big of a stretch. However, 1,200 is a lot bigger than 400. I do have several 99-track albums on Bandcamp. And also there's some other albums have a lot of tracks on them too. I just didn't realize that, once you add them all up, it gets over 1,000 and then some. So kind of shocking. We're not going to go through all 1,200 songs. I was thinking maybe we can go through like 100, like we can do the top 100. I don't know. It really depends on how long the video takes. So we're just going to start from the top. And maybe I'll, say something about each track and stuff, and we can listen to the track as well. So here I have to shut this off. I'll mute that. So far the mic hasn't cut out. That's really nice. Really happy about that. If it cuts out, I'm going to be really depressed. I'm going to be super depressed. Let's just hope it doesn't cut out. I have the audio mixer, OBS audio mixer in the bottom right-hand corner underneath my webcam. I do not see my webcam. Only you see my webcam. Only you get the displeasure of seeing my ugly ass face. I, luckily, don't have to look at it because my eyes are always looking away from it. So, sucks to be you. Okay, so here we go. I guess I can talk about this. I mentioned this in my previous Bandcamp video. I joined Bandcamp in 2012. And it is currently 2024, almost 2025. So that is 12 years, almost 12, 13 years. That's sort of a long time, I guess. I don't know how long Bandcamp has been around. It's been around before 2012, but I feel like I joined fairly early on. I'm not sure. But you can see there are some, it's sort of steady. And then we have these huge peaks. And so those peaks sort of correspond with certain albums that I released. And then, a couple of my albums had a little bit of press, just a little bit. So, I talked about how my sales are, quite modest. But, you know, some of my albums did get a little bit of press just by chance. I don't like pay for marketing or anything like that. So I think I did pay like $10 to Facebook to boost a post once. But I don't know. I feel like an absolute idiot whenever I do that because it's just, I feel icky and it's not worth it. I'm just throwing money away. Anyway, so in the number one spot, we're going to go from number one down. It's Illogical Infatuations 1. This is a classic song. This is a very good song. This is from the album Sanity's Unnecessary Elaborations, I believe is what it's called. And I think it was from 2018. That album also happened to be my number one album ever. It's got the most sales. It's got the most downloads. It did get some press, so that's probably why. It's a very interesting album. It's got tons and tons of riffs. I spent so long memorizing these songs so that I could record them. It was an absolute bitch to do that, but it was also a journey. I experienced a journey and I accomplished the journey. And so I'm very happy that this song, this is the first track. So a lot of these really popular songs are going to be the first track of an album because if someone, you know, opens an album page, they'll just press the first track. So, but yes, I very much enjoy this track and I'm completely okay with it being the most popular song. So we'll click on it. We're not going to listen to the whole song. The whole song is what? It's like 10 minutes. Oh, 10:47. Yeah. I do have a video of this on YouTube where I recorded myself recording it. I videotaped myself recording the song. I videotaped myself recording the drums and recording one of the guitars. And so that video is on YouTube. It's NR4, I believe is what it's called. This was before it had a song name or an album name. It's a very cool video. I was quite fat when I was recording it. So, and I did play drums shirtless, but I did not have, I just remember that because I recently did a shirtless drumming reaction video, but I forgot that I did a shirtless drumming video for this song. But it wouldn't have fit with the shirtless drumming video, reaction video that I did because I was much fatter for this song. Anyway, let's listen to like a couple, like maybe 30 seconds. Okay, I let it go a little longer than I initially wanted, but I wanted you to hear the blast beat. Anyways, yeah, this song, I mean, 3 of the songs on this album, they have 100 sections and 100 non-repeating sections. So it's just constantly new riff after new riff. And I had to memorize all of them, and it was really annoying, but I did it, and I can say I did it, and it's turned out to be my most popular album and my most popular song. So hooray for me. Congratulations to me. I am the best. Okay, so by the way, these other numbers here, so we have the greens are complete plays, yellows are partial plays, and reds are skips. And so what those numbers mean, what those colors mean, a complete play means the track was played past the 90% mark. A partial play means the track was played past the 10% mark, but stopped before the 90% mark. A skip means the track was stopped before the 10% mark. And so that song was over 10 minutes. And so it only has 137. It's got 1463 plays. By the way, 44,000 total plays. That seems like a lot. To me, it seems like a lot. I am super popular. Super popular. And it only has 137 full complete plays, but I mean, it's over 10 minutes long, so that's to be expected. It has 669 partial plays, and it's got a whole lot of skips, but a skip could be anywhere from 0 to over a minute long for this specific song because of how long it is. So I'm not gonna hold that against someone if they didn't listen to the whole song because it's very long. Okay, so track 2, or number 2 in the list, we have a song called Christopher, which also happens to be my name. What a coincidence. What are the odds? And what's even cooler about this song is from my Self-Inflicted Memory Loss album. This album is a free jazz album. It is completely freestyle. And there are 99. This was my first 99 song album. I'm going to make a video dedicated to this album soon. I don't know when, probably pretty soon. And each song is like 17 seconds long or something, 16 seconds long, I believe. And then each song also has a sample in front of it that I recorded off of my TV. I recorded like an hour's worth of TV of me I recorded the audio and I was just changing the channels. And then I had an hour's worth of, of TV audio, and I went through them and picked out 99 samples. It was a extremely fun album to make. This is one of my favorite albums, and I'm super proud of this album, and I really like it. This song isn't the best song. It's just happened to be the first one. The way the album was put together, is all randomized and stuff like that. So, and completely freestyle, completely randomized. And so this just happened to be the first track. So let's listen to this.
What do you see as the basic problem with Christopher?
Yeah, so it's kind of unfortunate that this is the first track because the drums are quite slow compared with the other drumming on the entire album. It just happened to be randomly, this drum track just happened to randomly fall onto the track 1 spot. But either way, I don't really care. I mean, all the songs are interesting in their own way. Now that sample I'm not going to talk about. Yeah, I probably shouldn't talk about it because I'm going to be talking about those samples in a future video. But either way, I'm really happy that someone really likes this album because every now and then I'll just see, I'm not sure if they listened to it recently, but someone will just go to my page and listen to like this album. So it really makes me happy that other people like this album. It has sold some copies. I think it has 4. Yeah, it's got 4 sales here, and I think I've made a couple CD sales as well, maybe another digital somewhere, but it's because it's freestyle, completely freestyle, that is much less accessible musically for people to listen to. And so I mean, I love listening to this stuff, but it can be really hard to listen to. And so I really like if that other people have enjoyed it as well. I just need to have a drink. So I probably shouldn't talk this much about each song because if we're going to be doing a top 100, then this is going to take a while. Yeah, if I spend a minute talking about each song, that's 100 minutes, right? And that's an hour and a half plus. Okay, 1, 2. This is track 2 from Self-Inflicted Memory Loss. You can see that these ones, they have more full plays, probably because they're very short songs. And so if one of these songs has like has a skip, then obviously, I don't know, maybe someone didn't like it immediately, but...
A 1 and a 2 and a 1 and a 2 and a 1.
I love that album so much. so much. Okay, now we have Quantum Filament. This is, I believe, track 1. This one has 531 plays. There's quite a big drop off from the top spot to the second spot. And then even down here at the 9th spot, it's only 300 compared with 1,400. So, Quantum Filament, this is track 1, I believe, from Spatial Lacerations. This was my second 99-song album. However, this album was my first 99-song album that was composed. Of all the songs were written and composed, and I had to memorize everything and write 99 songs. So it was really fun to write it because there were so many riffs, and the songs are short again. I think for this one, all the songs had to be under 30 seconds. So, I mean, doing that is really fun. And I think it's like 30 minutes or 40 minutes worth of music. I can't remember. Let's listen to this song. Very, very short. This is the shortest song on the album, 19 seconds. I'll just show you. Yeah, I believe this album is my second most popular album. If I remember, no. It was a tie between this one and Implanted Perceptions, which just happened to be a sequel to this album. So that's really cool. You can see there are 99 songs on this. Very nice. Okay, we have to pick up the pace here. So let's go to Knives, Spoons. Yes. Okay, this is another one from Self-Inflicted Memory Loss, the freestyle album. Someone who, I don't know if it's the same person, but someone likes this specific song. I don't know why. You know, if I remember correctly, I think I did add this song as like the music for one of my Doom levels. So it might be a Doomer who likes this song. I'm not sure. But it's got a funny sample. The Knives, Spoons references the sample. And I'm just trying to think how the song sounds. I can't think of it right now.
Knives, spoons.
I love the way it starts.
Knives, spoons.
It just goes from 0 to 100 immediately.
Knives, spoons.
Oh my God. Probably my best album ever. Now, you know, when I made this album, I was really happy with it. And I used to listen to it every time I would make pizza. Well, every time I would make supper, even years later. And so I'd memorized it. I mean, you might listen to this and you think it's just like nonsensical noise, but each song is different. And I had sort of semi-memorized the music parts, but I did memorize the samples as well. And I knew which track was coming up. As I was making my supper, I was like, okay, this is Knife Spoons. And I knew what came up next, and I knew what came up after that. It was, I don't think I know it anymore because I haven't listened to this album very often lately, but I should probably listen to it a little more often again. All right, so now we have The Effects of Childbirth. This one is another, it's not another, this song is from Repressed Memory Games 2016. This is track 1 from that album, I believe. And I think I had written this song in 2014. And I had recorded the song in 2014. Yeah, here it is right here. 721, it's another long song. I've got a video of me recording this song on YouTube. I think I reference it right here. Yeah. And so, yeah, it was fun to do that. We're not going to listen to the entire song, obviously. That's funny. I didn't realize that stop happened almost right at the 1 minute mark. We listened to a lot more than I wanted to, but it's a good song. So I'm liking the order. I'm liking the ranking so far. Okay, so next we have number 7. We have Hooves. This is also from Self-Inflicted Memory Loss. I don't know what the track number is offhand.
The hooves of the mountain goat are very large.
The hooves of the mountain goat are very large. The way he says it is so funny.
The hooves of the mountain goat are very large.
So I wonder if most of these songs are going to be from that album because of that one person who would listen to it all the time. Probably. None of these, I don't think, are listens by me because, at least from what I've read, if I listen to it, your own plays while logged in don't count toward your stats. So I usually don't listen. Well, I never listen to my music in Bandcamp because you have to, you can't control the volume. You have to control the volume through your Windows volume settings. There's no dedicated Bandcamp volume slider or whatever. And so that's why I don't do it. And I have all the WAV files on my computer anyway. So if I want to listen to one of my songs, I just find the folder and I find the file and I listen to it. So these are from other people. Okay, so next we have Floral Shade. This is from Spatial Lacerations, which we've already mentioned. Floral Shade. Oh, this is track 2, right? Yeah, I think it is. For some reason, I get this track mixed up with one in the 50s, in the track number 50s. But this one, I'm pretty sure, is track 2. Yeah. This is a good song. I like this song. I forgot that the lyrics are here. So if you wanted to read along with the lyrics, then go for it. I personally don't care about lyrics. I do write them, but I think they're stupid. No offense to any people who like lyrics out there. But by the way, I did write lyrics for these songs here, the ones that are on Self-Inflicted Memory Loss, but they're very, very juvenile and I never published them. So that's why there are no lyrics here, but they're really juvenile and stupid. I don't know what they are offhand, but I did write lyrics for the album, for the songs on this album. It's a nice fun fact. There's some trivia for you. Okay, now we're on to Illogical Infatuations, the second. This is not the sequel. It's the track that comes after the first one. So this is track 2, I believe, on Sanity's Unnecessary Elaborations. Oh, this is a great song. We listened to this song. Okay, I'm gonna have to turn that down or go to the back. The background music that we listen to, it's all sort of ambient synth background music. And one of the songs that we listen to is this one right here. And this is a really good song. I really like this song. amazing song. I love that song. I recorded that on, I did not record it on a keyboard. I recorded it on a computer keyboard. I believe I had some sort of VST installed onto my old laptop. And in Reaper, I had I had bound 4 octaves worth of keyboard notes onto my keyboard, of synth notes onto my keyboard, 4 octaves worth. So I guess that would be 48 notes. And I recorded it on my laptop keyboard. Is that interesting? I don't know, but I very much enjoy that song. So, hey, I just realized that this is in the top 10. That's really cool. This is also the first ambient noise song that we've encountered so far. I haven't released many of them, but there are some of them. All right, now we have Lazy. This is a good one. If I remember correctly, this is a pretty intense song as well. This is from Self-Inflicted Memory Loss once again.
Lazy.
Classic, very intense song. And now we have Inevitabilities 1. This is from Sanity's Unnecessary Elaborations. By the way, every single song on this album starts with the letter I. Every single word in the song titles start with the letter I. Yes, that was done intentionally, but there's really no meaning behind it. I don't think. I think I came up with this song title first, and then I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Let's make every single song start with the letter I. That's cool. That's a good idea, right? And that's what I did. It'd be like an Easter egg or something like that. Okay, so let's start. This is another one of the, super long. I forgot to mention this. I mentioned that there are 3 songs on this album, and each of them have 100 non-repeating sections. And so I sort of, what's the word? I sort of compare. Yeah. I compare these songs to giant run-on sentences because the riffs keep changing over and over and over and over until the song finally ends. And then you can put your period. So it's basically like a crazy person just rambling on, no breaks for 100 sections. And then they finally end their sentence. Yeah, so this one is track 3 from this album. The first one was Illogical Infatuations 1, then Illogical Infatuations 2, which we just listened to, and now Inevitabilities 1. And one thing you may notice, track 1, the most popular track song on my Bandcamp, it was 10 minutes, 47 seconds long. This one's only 5 minutes and 34 seconds long. And both of the songs each have 100 non-repeating sections. So the sections on this song are much faster. They show up, well, not necessarily faster, but they're more compressed and they're not as long. Each section isn't as long as the previous song. So it's like half the length of the first track. Good stuff. I'm really happy about that. Disgust and Obsession. Okay, so we have a new album now. This is track 1 from my Perverse Teleportation album, which was released in 2019. This is a sort of a black metal / ambient noise album. Half the songs are black metal, half the songs are ambient noise. And actually, the ambient noise tracks from this album are what we listen to on this. And then I think, so it's 10 songs from this album we listened to it as background music. And then 3 songs from the other album that we were mentioning, this one right here. 3 ambient noise songs from this album we also listened here. So we listened to 13 different songs in the background music section. And they come from these 2 albums. So that's kind of interesting, I guess. Yeah, there you go. There's we already listened to this once before. I forget why. Oh, maybe it was probably during the most popular albums on Bandcamp video that I did. And we listened to a little bit of this song. I think we listened to a couple other songs as well, because this just so happened to be one of the most popular albums on in my top 10 list. So there you go there. Next we have Look at That. This is once again from Self-Inflicted Memory Loss.
Okay, here's the part you had trouble with, right?
Right?
There's no trouble for me.
Look at that.
Look at that.
These samples are so funny. I've heard them so much, but it's just some of the samples, it just ended up being so perfect that I was able to record them just in that moment. It's like very, very timely. Love, this is a very classic song. This is one of my favorite songs from this album. Once again, Self-Inflicted Memory Loss. Once again, it has a good sample, and I added really good samples to the songs that I liked. But I do like the melody in this song.
Love, 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 love. Tell a friend. Love, 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 love again.
Now you might be thinking, melody, what the hell is he talking about? Well, there's a melody there. It might be hard to hear at first, but I mean, because this was completely improvised, I didn't know how the song sounded. I just put them together. They were randomly put together. They were freestyled and then randomly put together. And so once I had all the songs arranged, I got to listen to them for the first time. And so they sounded, it took me a while to be able to sort of decipher what was going on, because there are 2 guitar tracks, drums, and vocals. Initially, there were no vocals because I wrote lyrics after all the songs were arranged. But very good stuff. So let's go to the next one. Memorable Sentience. I think this is track 3 from Spatial Lacerations, I believe. Memorable Sentience, yeah. Good song, very good song. So far, I'm liking the list here. Human Mind. Oh, we have another new album. Hooray! This is from Escaping the Spiral Labyrinth, I believe. I don't know why it has this. Yeah, I probably haven't. I probably didn't change the what's this called? The cover. So it's got one of the old style covers. Yeah, I recorded this in 2013. This album is notable for a couple different reasons. I don't know. I think I talked about it in the previous video because this, I believe, happened to be one of my top 10 most popular albums, at least in terms of downloads. I know for sure. Maybe, no, I don't think it has many sales, if any. No, it's got one sale. Yeah. So it wasn't my highest selling album, but it did get a lot of downloads. I feel like I was going to talk. Oh yeah. So this album is the first album of mine that has vocals for every single song. Normally my vocals were quite sparse. They did not happen very often, but this, because I never wrote lyrics, I just made noises. And this was the first, I didn't even write lyrics for this album. I used, I thought of an episode of Star Trek, Next Generation. There was a specific episode I had in my mind. It was the one where Data grows a beard and he's looking in the mirror and he's talking to Geordi and Troy or the doctor, I forget. And he says, when I stroke it thusly, do I not look more distinguished or something like that? And that was very funny. I always thought that was really funny. And I wanted to know what episode that was from. And then I grabbed, I looked online and there was a script for the episode and I just read from the script for the entire album. And it was funny because, you know, those aren't lyrics, but when I sort of add them to the music, it fit the music really well. And so I think I mentioned that I'd like to do that again. I'd like to just write some lyrics without having the music, without writing them along to music. And then once I have lyrics, and then I can like write the music and then add the lyric and try to fit the lyrics to the music. Anyway, this is track 1 from Human Mind, from Escaping the Spiral Labyrinth. Another reason this is a notable album is because, did I write here? Yes, I did. Album was recorded with only one microphone. Yes, only one microphone. Now, the only notable thing about that is recording drums with only one microphone is hard because there are so many different parts of a drum kit. You can record lyrics or vocals with one microphone, obviously, guitar with one microphone, keyboards with one microphone. But you have a drum kit, you record it with one microphone, it sounds like shit because there are so many pieces of a drum. Normally people they put a mic in front of every single piece of the drum, like the snare drum, all the toms, the kick. You have overhead mics. You might have a room. I don't have a room mic, but you can have a room mic. You can have mics on the ride and the hi-hats, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And so for this album, I only used one microphone on the drums. And shockingly, you were able to, I mean, the drums don't sound very good in the sense of very nicely recorded. However, you can hear every part of the drum. And so as long as you were able to hear what the drums are doing, I was fine with it. So okay. I very much enjoy this album as well. I think this one had 29 tracks. Okay, so we're only on 16. I don't think this is going to be a top 100 album. Top 100 video, I should say. I think getting to 50 would be good enough. How long have we been doing this for, by the way? I can't tell because my mixer is in the way. Let's do this. And let's do this. 44 minutes, yeah. So this is going to be a top 50, 100%. It's going to need some more liquid. I also have some leftovers. I have a leftover meal, turkey dinner leftover meal for tomorrow for lunch. So I'm really looking forward to that. Not right now because I'm full, but normally I have a second helpings for these type of holiday meals, but I chose not to because I'm watching my weight. I mentioned in a previous, I think it was the shirtless drumming video that I was trying to lose weight, trying to get back down to sub 150. And since that video, I have been losing weight. I got down to 152 and then the holidays happened. And so I didn't weigh myself this morning. And I don't think I weighed myself yesterday either, but I fully expect to gain maybe 1 or 2 pounds. And then I'll go back to going down in the weight department. Okay, what are we on now? We're on Crunchy once again. This is from Self-Inflicted Memory Loss. The vast majority of these songs are going to be from Self-Inflicted Memory Loss.
Oh my goodness. It is Whitney approved. That's official.
Fantastic.
Crunchy.
These samples are so stupid. Crunchy. Okay, what a great song. This is Once Again. Yeah, this is basically just going to be the entirety of Self-Inflicted Memory Loss. Okay, should we bother listening to these, or should we listen to new ones? I think we should probably listen to them.
What a great song.
That one actually had like a melody to it too. There are two guitars and they're doing completely different things. They were not recorded together. They were recorded separately and randomly chosen to appear together. So when you get songs that actually have like a distinguishable melody, it's pretty nice. All right, so we have Fast Beats once again from Self-Inflicted Memory Loss.
Fast beats.
I want to listen to this album so bad. I got to start listening to this album again. I haven't listened to it in a while. All right, so next, number 20, we have Caffeine Crash. We have yet another new album, and this is the first Cora Canning album. Wow, Cora Canning is a band I'm in with my buddy from Sudbury. We've been friends since high school. As I mentioned, I'm 42, so high school was a long-ass time ago. I believe we met when did we meet? We met in 1999 while I think how old was I? Or I mean, what grade was I in? That must have been when I was in grade 12. 9, 10, 11, yes, when I was in grade 12. So this is track 1 from that album. This is another, I think it's a free jazz album. Yeah, so there were various stipulations to this album. This album also has samples in front of each song. We released an album in, I don't know what year. It was before this. It was entitled Unveiled Webbing, I believe. And it had Star Trek Next Generation, a Star Trek Next Generation sample before each song. By the way, how many songs are on this album? There's a lot of songs on this album, like 80 or something? 81. Okay, and so we wanted to put, I'll just play the song first. We wanted to put some sort of samples before each one of these songs, but we didn't know what kind of samples we wanted to put.
Fucking blast beats. What the fuck am I trying to do here? Like that shit?
Okay. So we didn't know what the samples were. So I wanted to record, to videotape. Okay, I don't know how to start this. So basically this album, there's two of us and we play all of the instruments. So each of us played half of the drum parts. Each of us played half the guitar parts. each of us played. Wait a minute. Okay, I think I played the keyboards and he did vocals on. So basically, half the songs have keyboards, half the songs have vocals. And then everything was improvised and everything was randomized again. And where was I going with this? Oh yeah, so I wanted to make some videos. There's a Core Canning video on my YouTube channel of us recording this album, some songs from this album. And so I wanted to, record. And so he came over here and we spent a couple days recording the album, all 80 songs. And so so basically, if it was his turn to record guitars, he would just sit down and record all of his guitars for a specific section. So like 20 tracks at a time or something like that. And we recorded on his phone. So we had his phone on like a mini tripod and it was just recording. And then he was doing like 20 songs at once and I would stop after each track. And then we'd talk in between the songs and we'd laugh and we'd make jokes and stuff like that. This was all just our normal, regular conversation that we would normally do. And the video, his camera was recording everything. And then I was just going to cut out all the stuff where we were talking. And I was just going to show like us actually recording the album. And then so we finished recording the album and we still didn't know what kind of samples we were going to use. And then it was his idea to sort of to go through our candid conversations in between recording the instruments and to make samples out of those. And so that's what that was, the sample at the beginning. Let's just listen to it again.
Fucking blast beats. What the fuck am I trying to do here?
That's me laughing, by the way. So Dave, that's Dave. He is notorious. He doesn't like to play blast beats. Blast beats, I don't know if you know what blast beats are. They're a type of drum beat. And so he tries to play them. And then if he's just like slightly sloppy, like if it's not 100% perfect, then he'll just start screwing around, making funny faces and like just playing shitty on purpose. And whenever he does that, it just makes me laugh so hard ever since we were in high school. And so that's what he did for whatever song that was. And I just started laughing like crazy. And he knows it makes me laugh, and so that's why he does it. And so that's a really good sample. Anyway, so that's where that comes from. All right, so by the way, the reason I keep rewinding the song is because there's some sort of Windows 11 issue. I'm going to talk about this in my Windows 11 video as well with Windows Media Player Legacy and the visualizations. If you let a song play all the way through, so it only works for like one song. When it goes to another song, the visualization stops and you basically have to restart Windows Media Player Legacy. And apparently that's a bug. I mean, I did Googling and there's no fix for it. That's like a feature now. It's just part of it. And so what I did is I added all the tracks that we normally listen to. There's 13. I added them all to one track. And so I think that's like half an hour. However, I just have to keep my eyes open so that, it doesn't finish. Otherwise, I have to restart Windows Media Player. It's so annoying. It's so stupid. And they haven't fixed it. So whatever. Anyways, next. Oh, my goodness. So this is yet another what? Yet another album. This is Non-Conscious Paradox. And I am shocked. Oh, by the way, Caffeine Crash, this is from the Core Canning album. This album, I believe, did get some press as well because it was hot on the heels of one of my previous albums by my Nostril Caverns band. And so the same guy who did the press for the first one, he ended up asking me about this one as well. And so this got a bit of press as well. So that's probably why it has so many listens. Non-Conscious Paradox. I don't know why this has so many listens. You can see it only has 12 complete listens. This is a 30-minute free jazz album. So I think this is Okay, let's look over here. What's the date here? Okay, 2021. Yeah. Yeah, so this is when I started. Okay. I'm just trying to go through the timeline in my head. So I started making these 30-minute free jazz albums, like black metal free jazz noise albums. And I think Non-Conscious Paradox was the first one. However, I think it's like that style had existed already, specifically in Waiting for Water to Boil. This was like proto that. This one's only 10 minutes. And so it's kind of shocking that this has so many listens. I'm not sure why it has so many listens. 240. It has 160 partial listens and 68 skips, but still it's 30 minutes long. So let's listen. We're not going to listen to very much of this. Now, I don't know, because I know what my Octopus Core albums, like the last 3 that I released, I know what those sound like. But then Violations and Non-Conscious Paradox, I can't picture them because I haven't listened to them in a little while. Yeah, so there's 31 minutes of that. Yeah, I really like the song. I should probably re-listen to it. I haven't listened to it in a while. It's got a nice melody to it. It wasn't completely free jazz because, well, the drums were. However, the music, I sort of formed, I spent like 5 minutes doing a melody on guitar and drums, and I did I just say that? And I improvised around that melody. So it's not complete free jazz, but it ended up turning out amazingly well. Really proud of this song. And I don't know why it has so many listens, but hooray for me. Mistaken Oh yeah, this is yet another new album. This is an album I did for what? Oh, this has sales as well. This was written and recorded for the TBV, Experimental Avant-Garde Black Metal Challenge. Yeah, so for this album, what did I do? I improvised the drums. The drums were completely improvised. And then I wrote the guitar after. So I basically listened to the drums and wrote and recorded the guitars along to the drums. So it's a very fun way to write music. And it works very well too, because normally when you write music, you like write the melody first, right? And then you add drums after. But if you write the drums first, then you sort of have the rhythmic backbone already there, and then you can write your melodies to the rhythm. It's a different way of doing it, and it often turns out very well. At least in my case, I'm always happy with how it turns out when I write guitars along to drums. And so that's what I did for this. This song is 11:53. However, it does have so I should probably skip the beginning. So the beginning and the end, I believe, has like a sample from the Twilight Zone, a very interesting music from the Twilight Zone. It's not the famous music. It's music from that is used in a couple of the episodes. It's my favorite music. I don't know who wrote it. I can't remember, but I'd have to try and skip it. part here actually is the same sort of philosophy as non-conscious paradox, and I believe this happened first. Yeah, this was like a precursor to my new style of octopus core. So yeah, I forgot about that. So basically the exact same style appeared in Mistaken Lobotomy, but it only happens for like a few minutes in the song, where I just had a thought. There's even another precursor to that, which appears in Vague Evolving Patterns. The exact same thing. About like 3 minutes of the song has that exact same style of music. So I guess it originated from here, which also originated from Waiting for Water to Boil, which also maybe originated from The Last Breath of the Dying. So it all originates somewhere. Okay, so let's go to the next one. This is I Think Nuts. This is once again from Self-Inflicted Memory Loss.
I think nuts.
Okay, so by the way, my mic levels have remained steady. It hasn't cut out. It seems like it's working great. I really hope that it was just a problem with my interface. I don't hope it was a problem with my interface, because if I'm ever able to play drums again, I'll need to buy a new interface. And, I need one that has 8 inputs, and those are going to be a little pricey. So I guess, it's been 14 years since I bought one, so I guess I have to bite the bullet, get a new one. Anyway, once again, very funny samples. So let's go to the next one. Take a Photo. Once again, I know that this is track 6 from Self-Inflicted Memory Loss. Track 6. I'm calling it right now. Take a Photo. Track 6. How do you like that? That one I know.
Can I take a photo of the two of you?
Okay, I was just reminded of, so this part I actually know what the lyrics are. I don't know why. I think it's because it's a really dumb sentence. I don't know if I'm going to be able to sync it up. That part right there, the lyrics are, "China fuck your dog with my camera." I don't know what that means, but that's what the lyrics are for that line right there. And I think the idea was this guy at the beginning who's in the sample, he's like a tourist or something, some Chinese tourist. China fuck your dog with my camera. Can you make that out? I do know a few other lyric parts, but not many. Like, I wrote the lyrics, then I recorded the vocals while reading the lyrics, and then I haven't looked at them again, I don't think. Okay, we have another new album. So this is Introversion's Negative Awareness 001. So this is from my 490 song album, which I believe is called Spatial. No. I don't even know what it's called. What the hell is it called? Spontaneous Synaptic Mutations Part 1. And it has 490 songs. Whenever I click on it, it takes a little while to load because it has 490 songs. I'll just prove to you that it's 490 songs. Go down to the very bottom, 490. I recorded literally 1,000 drum tracks, and I recorded guitars for 490 of them. This was back in 2017, I think. I think it's 2017. 2017 or 2018? It should say it. Hello. It should say it somewhere. I'm not reading all that. Anyway, I haven't recorded guitars for the rest. Once again, this is free jazz. So for some reason, I got a lot of free jazz stuff on my top songs, on my top list, which I guess is good because I like doing that. I very much enjoy doing that, and I guess it's become part of my style, of my musical style. This free jazz stuff. So it can be very inaccessible to listen to, but apparently people like it. Some people at least. So what are we doing? Oh yeah, I got to listen to this song. Yeah, this song is not one of the good ones from this album. It just happened to, once again, it was randomly arranged and it just had to randomly fit in track 1. It's kind of funny. All of the track 1s on these random albums, these randomly arranged albums, they're never good. just because. I don't know why. I guess that's what happens when you randomly do stuff. All right, so now this is goiter. Once again, self-inflicted memory loss.
Looking for someone to trade his goiter.
Good stuff. Yeah, we're only halfway through. I have to pick up the pace here because we're over an hour. An hour 8. Okay. Well, that's not too bad. I mean, I did a little bit of an intro. If we do 2 hours, then what's the big deal, right? Just be a longer video. It's only 9 o'clock. Okay, so let's do Porous Velvet Centipede, I believe. This is from Spatial Lacerations. I don't know what song it is, though. What the heck song is this? I don't know. I'm curious what track number it is. Oh, it's number 4. Oh, of course it's number 4. Yeah. So we've already listened to the first 3. So this is number 4. You know, one of these days I'm going to make a sporkle that has all the song titles from this album. And then I'm gonna have to type them all out because I don't know what all the song titles are. I know the songs by their numbers as opposed to their names. So that's gonna be a really hard challenge for me. And I'm not gonna try and memorize all the song titles. I'm just gonna write them into the sporkle because I have to create the sporkle. And then later that day when I make my video, I'm gonna type them out. Try to type out all the song titles. And I'm not gonna be able to do it, but I'll be able to do some of them. All right, so let's listen to this song. I'm trying to think how this song sounds. Oh, I remember how this song sounds. I think it starts with harmonics. There is a fly that's absolutely spazzing out on the ground right now. It was extremely hot today. I think it got up to like 12 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. 32 Fahrenheit is 0 Celsius. So it's just like completely spazzing out. But so 12 Celsius is probably 50. I'm assuming. If that, maybe high 40s, I don't know. But it's around there. I mean, I do have a thermometer right there, but I can't read it because my eyes are bad. I feel like there was more to that story, but I forget. So we're going to have to go to the next song, Porous Velvet Centipede. I got the harmonics right, though. I remember that it was the harmonics. Okay, next one we have Patience. What is this from? Patience? Oh, this, yeah, okay. Yeah. This is from Self-Inflicted Memory Loss as well. Yeah. Okay, what is the, trying to think what the sample is. I don't remember what the sample was.
Yeah, I see it. I just have no patience.
That was some hot chick from Canada's Worst Driver. She was getting a little bit of road rage. Okay. We have yet another new album. So this is IP25. This is Inhaling the Essence. This is from my most recent composed album, which was released 2023. Oh, Jesus. That's over a year ago. Oh, my God. It's been a while. 2023, December 2023. I think it was December 14th. And I've released 3 albums since then, but they were all free jazz, freestyle albums. So, but this one is the sequel to Spatial Lacerations. It's got some nice artistic photography. I really like what that, I don't know if you know what this is. Does anyone know what this is? Let me know in the comments if you know what this is. But this is, once again, so Spatial Lacerations was a 99 track album. It was my first composed 99 track album. And so this is a sequel to that. This one only has 48 tracks. However, the songs are all 40 seconds long. And so, 48 tracks, 40-second long songs. I believe that equates to 32 minutes, if my math is right. And this also happens to be one of my most popular albums, which is shocking because I just released it last year, like a year ago. And so I'm just curious here. I think I can open up 2 of these at once. Let's go to sales. I'll go to all time. Yeah, it's the second most popular, Implanted Perceptions. So it has 11 digital purchases, and it also has at least 1 physical purchase, I believe. So yeah, this album also got a little bit of press. You can see, actually, I don't think I mentioned this before. Yeah. So here we have listens, plays from in Bandcamp. That's the blue. And then the orange is from embeds. And so you can tell which songs and which albums get a little bit of press because they end up getting embedded into websites and whatnot. So this one is almost split down the middle. This one had some press. This album here, the song that this is from. This also has some. Yeah, this is another. This is the same album. And so whenever there's a song that has a lot of embeds, it's from getting some press. So this one, yeah, it got some press on, I believe, Stereo Gum. There was an article written about it. And for whatever reason, so I did read the article. It was a very nice article. And yeah, so they did post like a Bandcamp link. I think they embedded the album, but somehow they were able to sort of choose what song the embedded album started on. And for whatever reason, the guy chose this song. I guess this was his favorite song. I'm not sure, but I'm trying to think what track number this is. It was the 25th song I wrote. So for this song, normally with albums, the track list is chronological. So basically the first song I write is track 1, second song I write is track 2, etc. But for this album, I ended up resorting the track list. However, I really like having like the song numbers. So basically the chronological numbers. I like, because that's part of the song title in my brain, because that's what I know the song as, not necessarily the track number. I am more familiar with the song number, like the production number or whatever you want to call it. So this is track 12 apparently, but it was the 25th track that I wrote. And apparently this guy it's a good song. I do enjoy it. This is a good song too, 34. I mean, there's a lot of good songs. I'll do a video about this album as well. So we're going to listen to the whole song. It's a good song, very good song. Apparently it's called Inhaling the Essence. So yeah, it has so many plays because of the embeds. You can see 176 plays from the embeds. 93, 94, 23. Okay, so the next one is Remote Planet. This, I believe, is track 2? I think it's track 2 from Escaping the Spiral Labyrinth. Remote Planet. Yeah. So this is a good song. 54 seconds. Why is it so long? Oh, yeah. So for this album, the songs are generally quite small, but I didn't have a limit to the song length like I did with my subsequent albums. So the songs sort of go for however long they want to. That's a good song. Have to admit, have to give props to the guy. That's a good song. All right. So what are we into the 30s yet? Oh, we are into the 30s. So we are heading towards the end. And once again, we have another new album. Hooray. So this is the title track from my Tragic Immoral Illusions album. So this one, 2015, released in 2015. And this album has 6 songs. It is a black metal album. And the entire album was written, recorded, and released in only in 2 months, in a 2-month span. Everything was started and finished in a 2-month span. I was quite proud of that. And I recorded the instruments in a full take. I didn't do any, I don't think I did any studio tricks. So this is the opening track for the album. Yeah, sorry I let it go for so long. I wanted to stop at that one specific spot. Okay, so let's go to the next song. Once again, we have yet another new album. This is Bulging Gown of Ice. This is track 1 from The Future of Asexual Logic. By the way, this has an interesting... Oh, it doesn't... You can't see it. Shit. You can't see the cover. This is a TV antenna right here, and this is on top of a house. The view is quite spectacular. I was on top of this house, and I was taking the photo way up high, admiring my handiwork of installing this antenna. I don't think it's up there anymore, but yeah. So this album, I mean, I do like the songs. However, this was the only album where I did, what did I do? I did like sample replacements on the drums because I was trying to get a better drum sound. And so I played the drums, and then I sort of replaced all the hits with samples of drums. And I absolutely hate it. I can't stand it. I wish I would have just left my original drums. I mean, if I wanted to, I could remix the album and just have my actual drum kit sounds. But I don't like doing that. I don't like going back to music I've already released and tweaking it. I feel like if I want to release something new, I just write new music, So, and I feel like I have to live with this because it's sort of like a badge of embarrassment, a reminder of what I did. I just realized it's time to restart the song. Okay. An embarrassing reminder of what I did. Okay, so let's listen to a little bit of this. By the way, I videotaped, I should say, myself recording this song. By the way, I don't think I mentioned this, but I do have a full playthrough of me playing guitar along to several albums like Remote Planet. This is from Escaping the Spiral Labyrinth. I have a video of me playing guitar along to this entire album. I have a video of me playing guitar along to this full album. This is Porous Velvet Centipede. I have a video of me playing guitar along to all of this album, Implanted Perceptions. So if you want to go on my YouTube channel. Now, I do have a few playlists, but I don't have a music playlist. So all of my music videos. But if you sort my YouTube channel by oldest, then you can see all of my older videos, because the vast majority of my videos are from the last year, almost 2 years, when I started regularly uploading videos of like Doom videos and stuff like that. So all of my music stuff is basically old. So just sort by oldest. So what am I want to, I'll make a music playlist eventually, but I haven't got around to it yet. So yeah, Bulging Gown of Ice, we have not done this yet. Yeah, I can't stand the drum sound. I can't stand it. I did do a demo track of this song. It's the same recording. It just has like the actual drum sounds from my drum kit. And then I ended up for the final thing, I ended up adding the replacement, the sample replacements. Oh, but yeah, this is a stain on my music legacy. I do like the song. It's just the drum sound. It really, really bothers me. Okay, now we have Jarring Phantoms. This is track 1 from Implanted Perceptions, the album we just talked about. Yeah, this is probably my favorite song from this album. That's why it's number 1. Track number 1. Very intense, very cool riffs. Super happy about this song. You can see me playing it live on that video that I talked about with my white Fine V Jackson guitar. That last riff there is just so catchy. I love that riff so much. And it only happens 3 times in the entire song, unfortunately. Good stuff. Good stuff. I was really happy when I wrote that song. As you can see, that was a 38th track, 38 out of 48 that I wrote for this album. And it appears as track 1. Okay, Got Your Jacket. Once again, as you can tell by the song title, this is from Self-Inflicted Memory Loss.
Got your jacket.
Oh my God, I don't believe
Well, here it is.
it. Good night.
Yeah.
Got Your Jacket. Yeah. Oh, good God. The appetizer. What? How is this song one of the most popular? Okay, once again, we have a new album. So this is from The Restaurant from 2013. Now, this is before I upgraded my microphone setup, so it doesn't sound the greatest. This is the opening song. I don't know if I mentioned that, from The Restaurant. So this was like a concept album about an unfortunate night at a restaurant. Basically, there was some sort of storm, but then there was I don't know if there was one couple or 2 couples, but it was their anniversary, and so they ended up going out anyway, and it ended up being a really nice night. But at the end, spoiler alert, someone gets food poisoning and like shits their pants or something. I forget. I don't really remember. And I think there was like an alternate ending where nobody got sick, I believe. But this is track 1. There's a part that I really like in here. I'm going to scroll to it. Yeah, sorry. I was getting confused with track 2. So that riff does not appear in here. So we'll go to the next song. It's been a while since I listened to that album as well. Dubious Convolutions, I believe, is from Spatial Lacerations. Now, what track it is, it must be 5, right? Yeah, okay, because the last one we did was 4, so I'm assuming it's the next one. All right, let's listen to track 5. I don't even know what... I can picture it. I'm trying to think... I'm pretty sure there are harmonics in this song too. I can't picture the riff. I don't think there are harmonics in this song. All right, there you go. There, Busy Mom. This is once again from Self-Inflicted Memory Loss. Trying to think. I think it's track 9. Am I positive of that? I think it's from track 9. I think this is track 9. Yes, because I knew Her Face, a Mask of Stone was track 10. And I knew that because I know that this sample appears after this one. Anyway, the sample on this one is quite funny.
I'm a busy mom. Oh, you're a busy mom.
Okay. We're getting close to 50. And my mic still isn't cut out. I'm loving this thing so far. Okay, so let's go to Vague Evolving Patterns. Once again, this is another new album. We talked about this album because this album was in the top 10 list, actually, of most popular albums. This is a 20-minute long album. And so it must be in the top 10 based on downloads because it only has one sale, it looks like. But yeah, 20-minute long song. We're definitely not going to listen to the entire thing. We might listen to the outro again because I really like it. We've got a chill outro. Actual coyote sound effects. That I recorded myself. There's a door right behind the camera. I had the door open when I was recording vocals, and the coyotes were making noise as I was, and so I finished recording vocals, and I'm like, okay, let's flip the mic around and we'll put it right against the door, the screen door, try and record some coyote noises. And I did, and I added it to the song, and it worked out great. Really like how it sounds. Hooray for me once again. I am just the best person in the world, according to myself. All right, we're getting close to the 50 mark. Oh my God. Once again, we have yet another new album. The Last Breath of the Dying. This is an oldie. Holy God. This is from 2001. So that is almost 24 years ago. Good effing God. It was like 23 in a little bit. Last Breath of the Dying. This is probably my favorite song from this album. Now, this is actually kind of a precursor to my new sort of freestyle sound, because this song specifically, this is more of an intro to the album. It's sort of an ambient noise intro. And so, because the rest of the album is mostly like death metal and black metal or whatever, but this song specifically is ambient noise. There's some effects going on the program drums. So the drums sort of sound almost improvised. There's a lot of noise and stuff, and it's kind of funny because it sounds similar to my later octopus core / free jazz / freestyle music that I've been doing lately over the last couple of years. And this is like 20 years later. This is like 20 years earlier, 20 plus years earlier, when I was 18 years old. I didn't even know what free jazz was back then. And I just happened to make a song like this, which is kind of funny. By the way, this song, there's like a bit of a story about the song. The idea is like 1 minute and 1 second or something like that, right? Yeah, 101. So this is basically supposed to be what it sounds like. This is like your last minute of your life. This is the sound that goes through your brain and that your ears pick up when you're 1 minute away from dying. That was the idea behind this song. All right. That is some good stuff. That is some good, barely legal stuff. So back when I was 18, I used to listen to this on repeat while I was lying in my bed and just like completely zoning out. I can still remember doing that a long time ago, but really, really happy about like this album in general. You know, I was so young when I made it and I don't like a lot of it. But this song, I still love this song. I really like what I did. So hooray for me once again. I'm so cool. The coolest guy ever. Okay, let's do Her Face, A Mask of Stone. This is track 10 from Self-Inflicted Memory Loss. This comes after Busy Mom.
Her Face, A Mask of Stone.
Okay, there you go. I guarantee anyone who's watching this, anytime I pull up a song from that album, you're like, they all sound the same, literally the exact same, but they don't. I promise you, you're going to have to believe me. Take my word for it. They do not sound exactly the same. They are different. So let's go to Swap. Once again, okay, Swap and Tennis, wonderful. Those are all from the same album. So this is once again from Self-Inflicted Memory Loss. I don't know what song number this is. This is not 11. We just listened to 10. 11 is Lazy. Swap. What the heck is Swap? Okay, 13. We already listened to Patience and Lazy, so I guess that's why 13 is coming up now.
Wow.
What's a swap? Yeah, I hear swap-a-roo. Swap-a-roo.
The drums for that song were very slow. Occasionally there'll be a slow drum track mixed in with all the crazy stuff. All right, now we have Tennis. Once again, self-inflicted memory loss.
I know how much you love tennis.
I don't love tennis.
You at least like it though, right?
I like watching it, I guess.
Okay, I don't know why this is so high in the list. This song is in the 60s or something. Is it not? 50s. Yeah, it's song 55. Why is this song so high in the list? I don't understand. I don't even like it that much. It's not one of my favorites. I guess someone is a big fan of Tennis. I mean, I like Tennis. By the way, the guy in that clip there in the sample, I forget what his name is, but it's Stifler. Who the hell? What's his name? I can't remember his name. Stifler from American Pie, obviously. All right, so now we're doing Flagrant, Spleen. What are the more comical song titles? What the hell does that even mean? A flagrant spleen? I don't know. But this is from Spatial Lacerations. It must be track 6 because we've already done track 5. Flagrant Spleen, yeah, track 6. Good stuff. I really like this album as well. I remember back in 2018, I smoked a joint for the first time in like 6 years, and it ended up being way too strong. I just wanted to play Doom. It was for my no. It was for around my birthday, but it wasn't a big number birthday. But yeah, it was way too strong, and so I ended up just lying in bed for 3 hours. And I ended up listening to a bunch of my music, and I hadn't listened to because I hadn't smoked in 6 years. So there was a bunch of my albums that I've never listened to after smoking. And so it was an absolute experience. Oh my God. I can still remember listening to this. It just sounded so amazing. And it sort of accentuates what I was going for when I wrote the album. The way I was, I got to experience it like that. It was really cool. I eventually did play Doom 3 hours later. And that was amazing as well. But I haven't smoked since 2018. So I thought, I'm thinking I'm going to do it again, maybe once more at least. But if I do it again, I'm going to get some really weak stuff because, I don't do it anymore. And I just want something extremely tame if I want anything at all. I might not even do it. So interpersonal irrationalities 1. This is track 5, I believe. Yeah, I think it's track 5 from Sanity's Unnecessary Elaborations. Once again, one of those songs that has 100 non-repeating sections. and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That one was also like 5-ish minutes. So, the sections, they go by very quickly. All right. So now we're getting close. We are on track 45. Wonderful. This is from Self-Inflicted Memory Loss, but wonderful. I don't know what track this is, and I don't know what the sample is.
I think it's wonderful.
She apparently thinks it's wonderful. I remember now, obviously. Prefers Teleportation, number 1. This is the second track that we've encountered from Perverse Teleportation. We listen to this song all the time. I think this is the first track in this background music stuff that we listen to. I mean, okay, let's do this actually. So there's that. That's what that sounds like. And so let's see what this sounds like. Sounds pretty similar, doesn't it? It's the same song, yes. So I was playing keyboard, my Casio keyboard with like 800 sounds on it. And I also hooked up my echo pedal, my delay pedal that I use with guitar. I hooked it up to my keyboard. And so that's why you hear the echo sounds. Yeah, that echo pedal is amazing. I forget what the what the brand name is. I don't remember. However, let's just go to the next song then. Getting there. Practice Round. This is yet another new album. This is from Unveiled. This is the second Cora Canning album. By the way, Cora Canning, you might think it's a girl's name. Well, it is a girl's name, but it's not a real person. This was Dave's idea for a band name, Cora Canning. I did know a girl back in the day. I knew one Cora. Her name was Cora Stewart, I believe, back when I was in like grade 3 to grade 7. She was she was the same age as me. But I think that's the only Cora I've ever known. I don't think I've known anyone with the last name Canning, though I have heard of a Canning person like on TV. So they do exist. Now, okay, well, one idea actually that I had about this Cora Canning name, I had like a joke idea for an album cover. So it'd basically be, I don't know, it's like in some factory, and I don't know if they're like jarring jam or something like that. And so there's basically this girl upside down into this contraption in the factory, and you can see her legs dangling out and like her skirt and stuff, so you can see it's a girl. And then you see like a jar going by, and it's like her being crushed into a jar. Obviously as a joke. This is a joke, but it would be like Cora Canning. So Cora is being canned. They're canning Cora. So like I have it in my head, like how it would look, but I wouldn't be able to draw it. But I don't think I've ever told anyone that, except for all of YouTube now. So basically this is track 1 from, so we this was another Cora Canning album. This was another randomized / free jazz / freestyle album. And the previous one, I believe, is called Choice Trinkets. That was the one that had samples of us talking. And then this is the one that has the Star Trek and the Next Generation samples. And once again, this song is not very good. It just happened to randomly appear as track 1. Okay, so once again, we split instrument duties on all of the songs. For that song, I was playing drums, and for that song and only that song, I was playing. So I normally play with my right foot on the bass drum. That's like my leading foot. My right hand is my leading hand. But for that song specifically, I did my left foot leading on the bass drum and my left hand leading on with my hands. So it sounded quite sloppy. I wanted it to sound sloppy because that was the idea. So it's kind of funny though. So there's some backstory on that song. All right, so we are getting close. Side B, The Dying. Oh, once again. So we already listened to The Last Breath of the Dying up here. And this song is called The Dying's Last Breath. Obviously, it's sort of a reference to the earlier song. But this one was released in 2014, I believe. Oh, apparently this doesn't exist anymore. The Dying's Last Breath. Oh, okay. So where it exists somewhere. Where the hell is it? Oh, I think because, yeah, I split the albums up. So it should be right here. Where should it be? Here it is right here. It has its own area now. Okay, so if it has its own area, it must, and I'm assuming it's been listened to at least once. So let's see what the other one is. So this was before I split the album, this one right here. And what about after? So there's obviously 2 matches. Okay. So it's got 107. So technically this song would be much higher in the list. So 107 plus 154. Okay, so it'd be like 254 plus 7, 261. So that would put it at number 17. Woo, that's quite high, actually. Yeah, so this is a not death metal. This is a black metal song. It's a good one. Oh, yeah, we can't listen to it. We can listen to it on here. Yeah, it's got a mid-tro, I think I called it. Ambient mid-tro. Anyway, that is that song. Okay, now we have Inevitabilities 2. This is the second ambient noise track from Perverse Teleport. No, it's not. From Sandy's Unnecessary Elaborations. I got it confused. but I believe it is the second from this album that we've encountered. Inevitabilities 2. I think this is like the least interesting one from the album. Yeah, this is definitely my least favorite ambient noise track from this album, probably from this album as well, Perverse Teleportation. Though it does appear in here later on. And, okay, so now we have number 50 with 151 listens. This is Worry is a Fruit. This is a very nice sample as well. From Self-Inflicted Memory Loss.
Worry is a fruit. There you go. Okay, how about that? So there's your top 50 songs from my Bandcamp page. And so how many listens did that one get? That one got 151. Yeah. 151. So we went from 151 all the way up to 1463. So quite a disparity, quite a difference. I don't know if that's the proper word, disparity. We are at 159. Okay, so that's a good length for a video. The microphone, it's still working. So maybe this little Focusrite Scarlett thing was a good purchase after all. I was worried because I don't know, I thought it was a problem with Windows 11 and I wasn't going to be able to make videos anymore. And I was getting kind of depressed because this is the only thing I can do now. I can't do any of my other hobbies, so I have to make videos. And then I was like, oh, I can't even make videos anymore. What the hell am I going to do? But it seems to be doing a great job. I think it sounds great. I checked in the test video. I guess I shouldn't talk too much about that until I watch this video, as part of this video at least. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I did enjoy revisiting all these tracks. I could have revisited all 1,200 tracks if I really wanted to. I don't know how many people would have enjoyed doing that, but I would have enjoyed doing that. We have more ideas for reaction videos, and I'm going to be doing that. I mentioned the video I tried to record yesterday. This subject that we're doing today is different from the one from yesterday, but I figured out the one from yesterday. There was a lot of problems, and I figured out all the problems and the solutions, and so we're going to do that again soon. I don't know if we're going to do it tomorrow, but we're going to do it again soon. So look for that in the future. So yeah, once again, this is the top 50 songs from my Bandcamp page over the year from 2012 until 2024. So, I mean, we didn't do this yet. I might as well do it right now. We can talk about these peaks. So the first peak was in April of 2013. So this is, Human Mind. This is when I released my Escaping the Spiral Labyrinth album. That is from 2013. And then there's a little peak right here. This is when I released Tragic Immoral Illusions. There was also the Long Distant Aberration album. And for some reason, there's some other sort of random songs that got some listens. But yeah, these peaks sort of correspond with album releases. And then there's a peak here and then a big peak here. So what was this peak right here? This was, so I released two albums. So this is Self-Inflicted Memory Loss. And what else did I release? I released, what the hell? Repressed Memory Games, but it must be for this. Spatial Lacerations. This one right here must be for Spatial Lacerations. Yeah, Quantum Filament. Yeah, that is for Spatial Lacerations. So I released so this one right here, this is for self-inflicted memory loss. And this one right here is for Spatial Lacerations. And then we have a bit of a lull, but then it has a little small peak here. And this is for, the Cora Canyon album, which I believe is Unveiled Webbing. And then there's like a drop. My plays just absolutely died for some reason. I don't know why. But look at this. 2-month period, there were only 142. I don't know why. And then it goes back up again. And so this is for, Sanity's Unnecessary Elaborations. So got a bunch of listens for that. And then what about this one right here? So it initially went up right here. So this is still for the same stuff. I don't know why. This is for self-inflicted memory loss. This is still for Sanity's Unnecessary Elaborations, which had already been released, hadn't it? Yeah, it had already been released. So I don't know why the listens picked up right here. And then we have a gigantic peak. This is the highest peak so far. This is for Disgust and Obsession. So this is for Perverse Teleportation, my Perverse Teleportation album in 2019. All right. So 4,000 plays in a 2-month period. That's a lot. And that's my high. That's my peak plays. And it goes back down again, but then it goes up again. So what happened here? This is Knife Spoons. Once again, it's that person who's listening to self-inflicted memory loss over and over and over. They're as crazy as I am. Because that's what I do. I listen to it every day. And then, oh, look at this. We have some more freestyle. We got Spontaneous Synaptic Mutations. Auditory Hallucinations. That is a good one. We have to listen to that song. So let's do that right now. Auditory Hallucinations.
Hello?
Hey!
Hey! Okay, now I don't know who the fuck you are because it's obviously not Adam. So who the fuck are you?
I forgot about that sample. So this is the demo version. This is the demo version of Synaptic Spontaneous Mutations. Yeah, this is the demo version. This isn't available anymore, but I did release this before I released the full 490 song album. This one has 95 songs. I forgot about those samples. So those samples, I was on the Maritime Metal message board back in the early 2000s. Maritimes are like Eastern Canada. I used to live in Newfoundland, so that's part of the Maritimes. But when I was on the forum, I was not living in Newfoundland anymore. However, I did like going to the forum. And so basically the Maritimes, the state that is near the Maritimes is Maine. So there are these 3 different guys from Maine who would post on that message board. And one of the guys at least had a link to his website, and I went to his website and he had a bunch of prank calls. And so I downloaded all of them. They were quite funny and I still have them. And, you know, I think I keep wanting to upload them because they're not available anywhere. I can't find any information about these prank calls anywhere on the internet. I've looked. I still have all of the files. I think I have all the files. I don't know if there were more on his website or not, but I would very much enjoy uploading those to YouTube. And I'm going to do that eventually, hopefully. Okay, so that's what happened here. Spontaneous Mutations demo was released. All right, and we have another bit of a downswing, and then a little spike here. Mistaken Lobotomy, for some reason, got a lot of listens. I don't know why. I mean, yeah, I really like that song, but I don't know why it got a lot of listens. It was pretty high in the top 50 though, which is really cool. I really like that song. And then we have sort of, you know, it's flat lines, I guess, and then it goes up again a little bit. And that guy came back and he's listening to Self-Inflicted Memory Loss again. Like, look at this. 144 listens for Knives Spoons. I don't know who that is, but apparently they really like that song, Knives Spoons, only enough to listen to it twice fully, but 138 partial listens. I don't understand what's going on with that. Anyway, and then we have a bit more flatline, then it goes down a bit, and then it goes up again. So what happened here? Oh, this is so this is Implanted Perceptions. This is that. I released it there. And this is track 1, so it's got the most listens. I guess most people weren't into it. Some people were, though. I really like that song. This is the first track. We listened to that, actually. And I think, this is when the press happened for this album. And you can see by the embeds, it's got a lot of embeds. And this track right here, this was the track that was sort of featured in that article, that the Bandcamp embedded player started on that track. So that's why it's up here. This track is the second track that appears after this. So Permanent Psychosis, that's a really good song. That's an Octopus Core song. You heard it on my previous Floating Head video, actually. And I'm surprised it has that many listens. It's got 4 complete listens. It is a 30-minute freestyle song. So, and then, we've gone down again. I don't know if we're going to get any more peaks because I'm pretty useless these days in the music department, but I don't know. The whole music thing is completely up in the air right now. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it anymore, but I don't know. We shall see. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. I very much enjoyed this video. I'm going to make some more videos, and I'm really happy about this microphone. So it's not the microphone. It is the audio interface thing. So until next time, goodbye.